The third issue on which I would like to give the party's position is on matters related to Uttarakhand. Swami Nigmanand and his death was a matter of great concern, and all of us really felt very concerned about the way his 90-day fast had to come to an end in such a sad and grievous way. We start on this note that the Congress party has no moral right to lecture on these matters. The licenses given to the stone crushers in Uttarakhand was all given during the previous Congress regime. How come they suddenly seem to be all anxious to talk about environment? And we also know the way in which they've handled agitation from civil society, particularly those led by non-National Advisory Council type NGOs. They can handle NAC, which is also an NGO group, which has been given a halo, but they would handle them in one way, but they would handle any other civil society organization in a completely different way, and we saw it all. And such a party which had given the license to the stone crushers when they were in power in Uttarakhand, and such a party which attacked women midnight, which had tear gas shells in an enclosed place where they were seated, and such a party which is giving misleading information to Anna Hazare, has no business to lecture to anybody else. We saw the Ravan Leela very clearly directed by the Congress party. Let us put the facts in place. The agitation by the Swamiji was not against the party or the government in Uttarakhand. It was against the order of a high court in Uttarakhand, which brought in a stay against the ban orders given by the Uttarakhand government. There were 12 legally obtained stone crushing rights, 11 of which were banned. The 12th one had gone to the court asking for a stay. He obtained the stay. So the stone crushing continued post Kumbh Mela. And when the stone crushing continued, the Swamiji went on an agitation saying it should not continue. So if anything, we should understand that the agitation was against the court orders and not the government's order to ban it. And it's also unfair to say that the BJP had no concern for the unshan which this Swamiji was conducting, because the minister there, Sri Madan Kaushik, has been on constant touch, and regular talks were going on with the Swami, almost on a day-to-day basis, to find out what is going on, how best the government could help him. And when his health was deteriorating, he was of course admitted to the Haridwar district hospital, post which he was taken to the Himalayan hospital, Jolly Grant. And on 28th April, the Swamiji's health, because it deteriorated, there was a situation which arose whereby force feeding might be necessitated. But the Swamiji himself on 28th April had given it in written that he didn't want to be force fed, and that he wouldn't mind a nasal feed. And therefore the hospital started giving him feed through his nostrils. Not only Mr. Madan Kaushik, the minister in Uttarakhand, but also later on, fairly recently, Uma Bharti ji went and asked as to what best could be done to improve the situation for him. There was even an offer to take him over to Fortis Hospital. So to accuse the Uttarakhand government as having done nothing is just seeming like a part of a larger design to destabilize, I use the Congress's language for a minute if you would permit me, to destabilize the Uttarakhand government. "75% of Uttarakhand is forested and hilly, and only 25% where people live in villages, there is a need for development, need for roads. It's a state with an international border. And every application sent by Uttarakhand towards these kind of an activity for developing the state, the Ministry of Environment has halted their progress. In fact, the Minister Jairam Ramesh very recently said that he would invoke Article 5, Section 5 of this Environment Protection Act so that the center can directly activate its agenda in the state. Environment and forest is something which we care for too. But it is a direct attack on federalism again, a point which our national executive spoke about when the minister is quoted saying that we might invoke Section 5 of this act to get to doing things in the state because the state government is interested in building roads and developing the state, which the union government does not want. Uttarakhand's people also need development. Uttarakhand also needs roads. I think it's part of a larger design, and also the fact that the right, I might not pronounce it right, Chugan, which happens, the river water flows and manually a lot of silting activity takes place. That has been banned, resulting in unemployment of 1 lakh people in a hill state like Uttarakhand. And the state government has been absolutely upset about this. One, its own natural resource, which is the river silt, which is important for agriculture, is not being allowed to be removed. The employment which comes out of it, about 1 lakh of people have been left without jobs thanks to this ban on Chugan removing. And with this kind of an approach, the center is threatening now to invoke Section 5 of the Environment and Forest Act to directly activate its agenda in Uttarakhand. Is it interested in the development of Uttarakhand, or is it punishing the people of Uttarakhand because it has elected a BJP government? We saw that in Karnataka, we are now seeing it in Uttarakhand. Coming back to the Swamiji's matter, yesterday the Chief Minister of Uttarakhand has announced a CBCID investigation into this matter. Let me also put it on record that the post-mortem, when it was conducted, has been completely videographed. It is kept there for anyone to use where it is necessary for forensic evidence. And the state government has also said that if the family or anyone interested in the welfare of Swamiji, now deceased, requests for any other investigation, the Uttarakhand government is fully willing to do that. Uttarakhand government is fully willing to have any investigation into this matter to establish the truth. So reminding all of you all that the permission and the NOC for the stone crushers was given during the previous Congress regime. Reminding again, it is this government in Uttarakhand, the BJP government, which has gone along with the protesting Swamiji and banned the stone crushers. It is this government which also followed and obeyed the High Court order. And it is this government which has constantly been speaking to the Swamiji to take care of his health, which is being now accused by the Congress, which played a Ravan Leela and Ram Leela Maidan. Congress has no moral authority to talk on this topic. They were the ones who gave the license. They were the ones who permitted the stone crushing. They were the ones who gave the NOC. They are the ones who are against the development of Uttarakhand, and they were the ones who had this midnight Ravan Leela and Ram Leela Maidan. So except for the NAC, they are not interested in dealing with any activity anywhere. And therefore today the Congress party should sit in introspection rather than blame others. Thank you. उत्तराखंड में जो स्वामी जी का अनशन हुई, जो दुखित बात है कि स्वामी जी अब नहीं रहे, उस विषयों के ऊपर अगर कांग्रेस पार्टी बीजेपी को दोषी माना जाता है, वो गलत है। क्योंकि 12 स्टोन क्रशिंग लाइसेंस उत्तराखंड में कांग्रेस सरकार ने दिए, उनके बैन बीजेपी सरकार के द्वारा हुआ, और उसके खिलाफ जब कोर्ट पहुंचे एक स्टोन क्रशिंग लाइसेंस होल्डर ने, कुंभ मेला के खत्म होने के बाद उनको स्टे दिया गया, मतलब स्टोन क्रशिंग दोबारा चालू हुई। उसके खिलाफ बैठे थे स्वामी जी अनशन पर, सो सरकार के खिलाफ नहीं थे उनके अनशन। और अब जो कांग्रेस पार्टी रामलीला मैदान में रावण लीला दिखाए हम सबको, भारतीय जनता पार्टी को दोषी प्रकटन कर रहे हैं। स्वामी जी के साथ उधर उत्तराखंड में मिनिस्टर्स भी जाकर बात कर रहे थे, और स्वामी जी खुद एक लेटर में, चिट्ठी में 28 अप्रैल जो चिट्ठी स्वामी जी ने दिया है, उसके अनुसार फोर्स फीडिंग न करने के लिए, फोर्स फीडिंग नहीं करना, ऐसे करके वो चिट्ठी लिख के दिए थे। उसके बाद में ही उनके नेसल फीडिंग शुरू हुआ। सो उत्तराखंड सरकार उनके साथ बहुत काम किए हैं और उनके हेल्थ के ऊपर बहुत चिंता व्यक्त की है। इसीलिए कांग्रेस पार्टी बीजेपी को चार्ज करना, अक्यूज करना, दोषी प्रकटन करना बिल्कुल गलत है। कांग्रेस की दिए हुए देन है उत्तराखंड के आज की परिस्थिति स्टोन क्रशिंग मामले में, वो खुद इंट्रोस्पेक्ट करने को जरूरत है।